Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The National Legislative Assembly has adopted a motion calling on the government to address the deteriorating living conditions of veterans of the liberation struggle and post-independence war victims. A three-day peace conference officiated yesterday by the Central Equatorial State Governor aimed at resolving the recurrent tensions between cattle herders and farmers is taking place in Kuda of Juba County. And the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority says it has begun enforcing stricter checks on all aircraft operating in the country. These are stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. The National Legislative Assembly has adopted a motion calling on the government to address the deteriorating living conditions of veterans of the liberation struggle and post-independence war victims. The motion, moved by Michael Todroth, is concerned about the suffering of war veterans, widows, orphans, and wounded heroes who fought for South Sudan's independence but have been left without pensions or resettlement benefits. Honorable Todd said many veterans have died without receiving retirement packages despite their sacrifices during the long war of liberation. He described the neglect as saddening and urged the government to establish a veteran Liberation Struggle Fund to provide financial support and ensure dignity for freedom fighters. The MP also called for reforms to pension schemes for both civil servants and organized forces, urging amendments to the South Sudan Pension Act 2012 and adoption of a comprehensive pension law in line with regional practices. According to him, the government should also allocate land to veterans in all states and administrative areas as part of permanent settlement benefits for them and their families. After a deliberation, the August House resolved to summon the Ministers of Public Service, Defense, Interior and National Security, along with pension fund managers, to explain the current status of pension schemes and challenges facing their implementation. The Speaker of Parliament, Memo, endorsed the motion, saying that the welfare of veterans remains a national priority that requires the involvement of all relevant institutions. A three-day peace conference officiated yesterday by Central Equatorial State Governor aimed at resolving the recurrent tensions between cattle herders and farmers is taking place in Kuda of Juba County. Held under the theme promoting peaceful coexistence among herders and farmers, the event was organized by the commissioners of Terekeka and Juba counties with support from the state government. The peace dialogue, due to conclude on Friday, brought together community leaders, chiefs, youth, women, religious figures, and representatives from the United Nations mission in South Sudan. During his opening remarks, Governor Rabbi Mujung Emmanuel commended the two county commissioners for convening the dialogue and uniting communities across the divide. He expressed the state government's commitment to grassroots peace efforts aligned with national priorities. State Minister for Peace Building Jacob Aligololadu warned that failure to act would further damage community trust. Meanwhile, Juba County Commissioner Emmanuel Tetes Bond pledged to work collaboratively with his counterpart from Terekeka. He described the participation of all 13 Juba chiefs as a symbol of unity and seriousness. The conference aims to produce a joint roadmap for peaceful coexistence in Juba County, with participants expected to propose actionable solutions and accountability mechanisms by the end of the event on Friday. Terekeka Commissioner Dr. Emmanuel Lakoladu warned individuals involved in the destruction of farmland to expect arrest and face the full force of the law, a statement backed by the Mundari community leader. The South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority says it has begun enforcing stricter checks on all aircraft operating in the country. According to Boldring Goom, acting manager of air traffic management, the inspections cover maintenance, records, pilot qualifications and training history. He explained that although South Sudan does not register aircraft, it is responsibility for verifying documentation for other countries before allowing flights to operate locally. Boldring said the enforcement aims to ensure safety after an assessment indicated that some operators have previously presented questionable records. The official added that plans are underway to improve alternative airdromes and extend security around the airport to support safer night travel. This is iRadio Morning News. And now to the international scene. A report by Human Rights Watch says Mauritania's security forces have been systematically abusing migrants from other African countries. The violations have been exacerbated by a deal with the European Union and Spain, which aims to curb dangerous sea crossings to the Canary Islands, the right groups alleges. It documents how migrants and asylum seekers often try to leave Mauritania have been subjected to rape, torture and extortion at the hands of the military, border personnel and other security staff. Mauritania has rejected the findings, saying it has taken recent steps to protect migrant rights. And a South African influencer linked to a controversial job scheme in Russia has apologized for her role in promoting it in a country where many people are desperate to find jobs. Sian Boji, whose real name is Ona Zuma, came under scrutiny after one of the videos she posted online advertising jobs for women aged between 18 and 22 went viral. It prompted the government to issue a warning about the scheme and alert people to the dangers of human trafficking and unverified job opportunities overseas. The 24-year-old was quoted as telling her 902,000 followers on Instagram that she immediately knew that this is not something she stood for. This is iRadio Morning News. And to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. The National Legislative Assembly has adopted a motion calling on the government to address the deteriorating living conditions of veterans of the liberation struggle and post-independence war victims. A three-day peace conference officiated yesterday by the Central Equatorial State Governor aimed at resolving the recurrent tensions between cattle herders and farmers is taking place in Kudu of Juba County. And South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority says it has begun enforcing stricter checks on all aircraft operating in the country. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iRadio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I am Lasuba. Memo. Thanks for listening.